We are in the dog days of off season where when our favorite basketball teams post practice footage, summer sessions, whatever you want to call it, where it's highlights that are very much cut up, by the way. And this is not just a Michigan State thing. I think it's fun because I love doing it because I love seeing the teams and seeing how things look. So I think you can get something out of these videos, but you also got to take a step back sometimes. Like yesterday when we were doing the Kentucky video, I was like, yeah, they're not going to show misses. This is a highlight video. But this video is about Michigan State, who came out with a video yesterday, summer sessions, had some really good highlights in here. But one thing I wanted to point out and talk about a little bit with you, Ralph, is that this
Mhm.
video started with the team huddle, right? And actually, before the video started, I don't know when this is from, but Jesse McCullough, not in the boot anymore. We're so back, Spartans. But he said, Tom, and that's Tom Izzo I'm referring to. He says, we are going to run like we have never run before. Kind of insinuating that he wants his team to play extremely fast. Maybe you can infer other things from that. In this footage, you get a little bit of like there's a Cohen Carr pull up, there's some Jordan Scott stuff, there's a couple Fears threes, a couple transition things in this as well, as far as like Kohler running the floor and other players like that. Ralph, I'll throw it to you. I really want to get your thoughts on what's your take on, I guess, Izzo saying that we're gonna run like we've never run before.
God, peak off-season coach
Peak
speak,
offseason.
right? We're gonna play faster, gonna be more exciting. We're gonna, all the stuff. I also think it's what they should do because like who is the half court creator on this team? Who is the guy you trust to get a bucket if things break down?
It was Jace last season, and he's gone.
Right. Right. And there's nobody on this roster that looks like they're going to fill that role. But you do have a lot of athletes. You got a lot of guys who are good attacking downhill, getting in space. I think it'd be smart for them to run. Get Cohen Card 2, 3 lobs a game, just getting out in transition. Right. Like I think that's the smart way to play. And so some of this is just offseason coach speak, trying to drum up excitement, things like that. But I do think there is some credence to the fact that Michigan State should play faster this year because I don't know if I trust the half court offense and the half court skill set of this roster as much as I had past Michigan State teams.
Yeah, and I think one of the ways to get past, the offensive struggles, the half court struggles that this team might have is by getting out and running. Like you said, like some of the best times to score is when the defense can't get set. One of the best ways to beat a really good defense is don't let them get back and get set, even though some of the best defenses, that's the hardest part. You don't get back and you don't run on them, so they're able to do what they want to do. But with Michigan State being such a good, rebounding team, right? And a team that is even good offensive, like rebounding on both ends, defensive rebounding. I think back to some of the best Michigan State teams. It'll always, be get the rebound, get it to the point guard as fast as possible, get a little center court touch, get that classic cut the court, touch the center court, and then get out and run. And with a point guard like Jeremy Fears, who is coming off a full off season, we know he loves to push the ball and stop on a dime sometimes, and maybe get a foul call or two. But I think putting pressure on the defense, you know, getting to the foul line by doing, pushing the ball on pace, getting good 3-point shots in transition, like not even just getting like Cohen Carr dunks or Jackson Kohler running the floor, getting like rim running, getting a layup. Being able to get guys running on the wings and getting the Jordan Scotts of the world, getting like the Kurt Tangs of the world, the Trey Forts, getting them in transition, getting on the wing, letting them kind of get out and run. I think it's something that Michigan State team's going to have to do because right at this moment, to your point, I don't know who the half court creator is. They
Yeah,
really don't have one, and I don't know if they're necessarily going to get one either. So, like,
right.
the transition might be the best offense for this team.
This video is brought to you by NBA 2KLab.com. 2K Lab worked with us last summer as well. They're one of our favorite entities in all of sports gaming. We want to show you their college basketball stadium locator challenge game. And I'm going to share a screen right now as we do this. South Carolina, bang. Oh,
Ooh,
okay, that's pretty good. Next, North Carolina. Why are we only getting the Carolinas?
please
Bang.
lock in.
St. John's, that's New
New
York.
York.
Bang.
Where's New Jersey?
We're on fire. Colorado. I actually don't know what state Colorado is.
It's in Colorado. There's a state of
Is that
Colorado.
this one?
It's to the right of Phoenix.
anyway, you get the picture. This game's really fun. They've got more games as well, like Guess the NBA Player, Mystery Fantasy Draft, and more. Stay tuned for all of the college football content and games that they'll be putting together to help you get the best experience out of college football 26. Back to the video.
Last year, they ranked 183rd in tempo, according to KenPom. 2 years before that, they were outside the top 300 nationally in tempo. Like this would be a break from things, but I do think they played a little bit faster last year, partially because the offense had struggled playing as slowly as they did. And so now you take Jace Richardson out of the mix, who was your break glass in case of half court emergency. You can throw it to Jackson Kohler down low 20 times a game and tell him to go to work with his back to the basket. Like, none of that is as appealing as letting your guys get out in transition and make things happen before the defense gets set.
Yeah, and like I mean, we you and I both know like a Cohen Carr transition dunk feels like it's worth like 40 points in the
Yeah,
red. Like that's the way to do it.
he may be your best player or one of your best players, right? He should be. If you're going to get the most out of him, you need him. You want him running.
Right. And look, it is a lot of off, like we see this with every program. Like last season, it was Brad Underwood in Illinois saying we're just gonna shoot so many threes, which honestly, to their credit, they did. They just didn't make many, but there is a little bit of coach speak involved with some of these things in the summer. But to be honest with you, just looking at it, just kind of, the surface level thing here, Michigan State's going to have to run. Jeremy Fears is a point guard that can really pass and push the pace. Izzo trust him to take care of the basketball, push the ball, get up, get easy baskets because I think it is going to be somewhat of a I don't want to use struggle because maybe they figure it out, but there's definitely an identity crisis on who's going to be the guy in the half court because they don't have one right now. So I think you got to let things work out. And while those things are working out, you know what? Let's get out and run. Let's get out and run. Let's push the pace. Let's be athletes. I think we're going to have a lot of athletes on the floor, given who's on the roster. Let's get out and run a little bit and see what we can do. The one thing I'll
Oh,
say before I throw it to you, though, Ralph, is
yeah.
be interesting to see what that front court looks like as far as running the floor because they're not necessarily like get up, get down guys.
No. I was going to say, if they do play fast, at what point in the season does Izzo talk about them needing to slow it down and execute?
The fourth game, probably, I think. Like probably when we're in a dogfight with Niagara in the second game of the year, something like that.
Izzo will trot it out there and be like, "Yep, this doesn't feel right. Let's slow it down."
Another interesting thing though is like I wonder if this is any like because to me there's a get up and run lineup. Like what's that
Oh
gonna
yeah,
like I mean, if I'm running, I'm doing like maybe a little bit of small ball, maybe calling Carr at the four, Kohler at the five, get out and run. I mean, if you're thinking athletes running, getting out, like there's got to be a role for Cam Ward, the incoming freshman, probably. He's a guy that can do that.
yeah.
Even guys like Divine Ugochukwu, I think is a guy that is, he doesn't really do much, but like the one thing he can do is like be an athlete and get out in transition. So it'll be interesting to see kind of how things work out with that. I'd also set the line at like plus 280 that this team is like in the 120s in tempo. And that's not even asking for a lot.
No, that would also be the fastest they've played since the 2008-2009 season.
Actually,
Actually,
okay, maybe it should be plus 8,000. Good. But look, I'm all for getting out and running dunky dunks. That's what Michigan State's going to do this year. It'll be just interesting to see if Tom Izzo actually does that. But love the vibes from it. Love that my players aren't in boots. More Cohen Card dunks to come. Also, Cohen Card 3 in this clip. Fire up the propaganda, Ralph. We're here.
all Big Ten.